Action! Hello everybody, I'm Sean.
My name is Alyssa. This is Mad Jam 2023. This was our level 1 class called Patterns and Flow.
You all did a really good job. We dialed in a lot of detail work and saw a lot of progression in everybody's dancing today.
Awesome.
We started with the frame, really trying to create smooth lines of communication. So first things first, hand hold, talking about that hook of the finger curl.
Thinking about that hinge being in that first set of knuckles, and then creating that curl. You can practice this with your own 2 hands. Isn't that great?
Right? We don't want to just isolate just the first, like the knuckles closest to our palm, because that creates a lot of tension in the wrist. When we're naturally holding something, those little knuckles up at the top of the end of our finger actually tend to curl and relax into kind of not a fully closed fist, but a natural hand hold.
We want to make sure we don't have a lot of added torque through the wrist, whether it's lifting up or down. There shouldn't be those like little hiccups through our connection points.
Same with in. A lot of times we kind of pull and create a Z or a kink V kind of into our connection. We want things to be out into one smooth curvature and arc, and we want to encourage external rotation of the shoulder, meaning that I'm unrolling my follower's frame a little bit as well as my own, because that helps us to set ourselves into our back a little bit more. And when we're in our back, it's easier for us to control this action of resisted release and compression that we worked on, having timing in our arms. The baseline is for the leader to be the one sending and then catching by slowing down the progression of those arms, sending and then catching by slowing down. But if the leader's brick wall, the followers can create that compression or extension themselves as well. That looks like this in our sugar push, right? We set momentum. Again, we're always starting from the 3rd foot position, because when we have a back foot, we can feel opposition in leverage. When we're over our front foot, we can feel compression. Or if we're kind of slightly front but not fully, we'll feel that there's a gap and we need to do something to create connection. We're not fully connected. Line weight versus line tension we went over, right? So when we're just hanging out, there's line weight. There's a little bit of gravity to the connection down. When we're moving away, there's line tension. There's tone in the hand.
There's more opposition there.
As we go into compression, we're going to pass through a point at which we bring the hand down. That's going to help us to connect into compression into the follower's first set of knuckles and into the crease of their palm with our index finger and our ring finger, our middle finger actually.
Yeah. Ideally, followers, this will offer us the opportunity to keep more of a straight line from the forearm to our first set of knuckles versus having to kind of pinch our wrist down to try to find that compression point.
So we go 1, we gather down and in, 3, and absorbing. We send out, pushing ourselves away as we send our followers away, 4. This is one of those moments where we have a progressive weight transfer that we talked about in our whip. 4, and we hang back, 5 and 6. As we hang back, there's a control of starting with the shorter arm leaders and then letting that arm out progressively so we don't reach the end point too soon. 5 and 6, and I even have a little bit left over for and 1.
Followers, we talked about that compression as being something we actually want to ease into and move into instead of feeling that initial point of, ooh, compression, bounce off of it, right? One of the ways that redirections work really, really well is when we actually challenge space and move into that redirected moment a little bit. So going into that compression, 3 and 4, that's just going to send you away.
We also did an underarm turn, talking about the flip of the hand. We put the follower in motion. Because we're not blocking their path, we open up on 2. They stay in motion. The hand crosses across, but we're feeding rope out down the track. The hand travels down the track leader so that they can have a progressive turn and not get to the end too quickly. And we also set the hand down on the track that it came from, the side of the body it came from. Then we both finish 5 and 6.
Followers, you did a great job of being progressive in your rotation, thinking about that right side moving through your line for your 3 and 4, and then that free side opening up for your anchor step.
Always default to being progressive, and then it's the leader's job to then ask for something like over rotation by crossing the midline faster, bring the hand down faster. That's something that we have to learn to do intentionally, leaders. Otherwise, set it at the same point it came from.
Yeah.
Then lastly, we went into a whip. 8 count rhythm being adding a walk, walk in between our 2 triples. We have walk, walk, triple step. We add a walk, walk, triple step. The way that we know it's an 8 count pattern, we didn't get to this in the moment, but I'll just do a quick synopsis here, is if we're not stabilizing on 4, creating counter on 4, 3 and 4, and then stabilizing 5 and 6, meaning creating counter. In a whip, what we do is we actually redirect our follower into 4 and 5. 4, 5. So clearly we're not anchoring. So once our followers redirected on 4, they know they have to add an extra 2 counts. So if we're not creating that anchored feeling from 4 into 5 and 6. If we're creating more redirection or additional space, we add 2 counts.
Yeah.
So, leaders, we back out of the track. Our hips are open, right, when we anchor 5 and 6. In order to create this lead for my follower to rotate and close their left side towards my right hand, I back out of the track slightly on 1, still stepping back, but back from where my hip position is. Then I cross on 2 and my hand follows that cross. That rotates my follower.
I'm just gonna rotate the amount that my leader is asking me to. That information is gonna be coming from his left arm.
I'm also placing the hand and going and getting my follower a little bit on 2, gathering them in. From there, they continue to progress down the slot.
Keep rotating.
I'm keeping my left foot tucked behind here. That allows me to not get too far away because I only have the length of my arm. I'm attached to their body, so they don't have any length to give. I go with them 3 and then I catch them 4. We'll show that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're marking the 4 first. Our hips are both prepped to then rotate towards our right.
Both of our hips are towards our left side.
As I move onto that foot and Alyssa moves onto that foot, we're starting the rotation. On their right foot, on my left foot, and we look over the shoulder.
And
5. Let go. 6, 7, and 8. 4. Go with it. Counter it. Rotate.
Followers, we talked about not reaching for that connection point on your leader's right side, but making sure we actually move our body to fill that space versus trying to grab that arm before our body gets to that point.
Then we just added an outside turn to end. Last thing we did, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bringing the hand up. We talked about the way the fingers point is the direction of the turn. Setting it up correctly for an outside turn. I'm a little bit more squared here, but still prepped in the hips.
Followers, my left hip is still back.
I lead with the right hand, so I'm leading from here, and then I drop the right hand and follow through with the left hand. Lead, drop it out of the way, follow through with the body.
Followers, I continue
Bring the
down
hand
my
straight
line.
down.
All the way
On the
through.
other side.
Yes.
Last time. 1, 2,
3,
3,
and
and
4.
4.
Going down the line, down the
6,
line, down
7,
the
and
line.
8. Check us out, SeanAlyssa.com. Thank you
all
so much,
much.
everybody.